Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Bat here. So every couple of years, we get almost like a double. Two movies of the same genre, or even the same plot line, and they come out in the same year. Even one year, we've had two movies come out that were dealing with the same subject matter, came out in the same month of that same year. And then in 2011, we had two movies come out that year that were basically the same premise and basically had the same title. And by the way, we get this every couple of years. In 1998, it was Armageddon and Deep Impact. An asteroid is going to hit the Earth. We gotta stop it before it does. Same premise. Then in 2006, we got two movies dealing with two magicians. We had The Illusionist with Edward Norton and Paul Giamatti and Jessica Biel. And then we had Christopher Nolan's The Prestige with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Rebecca Hall, and Scarlett Johansson. Then in 2011, we had the raunchy romantic comedies No Strings Attached with Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman. And then that summer, we had Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis. And just like this year, we had Barbenheimer. I thought it was funny. Sorry. Anyway, today we are going to talk about No Strings Attached and Friends with Benefits. Now, basically, these movies are practically the same movie. Two people don't want to be in a relationship, but they want to, bang all night. And so they decide, hey, no relationship, we're just going to fuck. That's all we're going to do. There's going to be no attachment, no relationship, no lovey-dovey, no romance, no flowers, none of that. No going on dates. Just, we're going to have a little fun, if you know what I mean. Anytime, anywhere. So basically they have basically the same premise. Funny, I feel like Friends with Benefits got that title before No Strings Attached when they were to finalize on their title because, like I said, it's basically both movies are Friends with Benefits. I mean, so, but I went back, either they're on Netflix now. I think they both showed up on Netflix in August. And on Monday I watched No Strings Attached. And the other day I sat down and watched Friends with Benefits. Now, once again, these movies were coming out at the time that romantic comedies were still a major thing. Ashton Kutcher was still one of those rom-com guys, like the Matthew McConaughey's. Kept doing rom-com after rom-com after rom-com. Natalie Portman just came off her Oscar win for Black Swan. Justin Timberlake was just getting into movies, just coming off of The Social Network, in 2010, just like Black Swan. He started doing movies after that. I don't know if he still does any movies. Mila Kunis, obviously known for that 70s show. She also started to do more movies. She was in Black Swan with Natalie Portman. So it's kind of like this weird thing, like we got Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis as the main female leads, but two separate romantic comedies that still have the same premise. And then we got Ashton Kutcher over here, Mr. Rom-Com King with Matthew McConaughey, starring in this rom-com, while Mila Kunis is over here in this rom-com, and now they're married in real life. It's interesting. Now let's get into it. Which comedy of these two movies is the better film? Let's start with No Strings Attached. I think No Strings Attached is a funny movie. I think that movie is elevated by Natalie Portman, especially. I think Natalie Portman is the MVP of that movie. If you don't have Natalie Portman in that film, it don't work as well. I think it's still a fine movie. I still enjoy it. Um, Ashton Kutcher is still doing his Ashton Kutcher thing. That scene where he wakes up in the apartment and all the girls are around him and he's not sure who he slept with. Mindy Kaling, Greta Gerwig. Greta Gerwig, ooh. This is one of her earlier movies, way before Barbie. Um, and you got Jake Johnson in there too. He is the friend of Ashton Kutcher's. In one of his earlier days when he was just still going on New Girl. Um, yeah, and I think you got Lake Bell in here. Kevin Kline plays Kevin Costner's father. Wow. Kevin Kline played Ashton Kutcher's father. Oh boy. I think it's a funny movie. I think it is more raunchier than Friends with Benefits. I mean, they really talk about some things that you just go, wow, they really went there. Talking about Ashton Kutcher's member for a while. Never thought I would have 5 minutes of that. But like Ashton Kutcher, going back to Ashton Kutcher, when he wakes up in the apartment, he's wondering what girl he slept with. He just has that look on his face like, dude, where's my car? Dude, where's my car, dude? Dude. Hey, what does mine say? Sweet. Dude, what does mine say? Dude. Dude, what does mine say? Sweet. And then. So, Ashton Kutcher's not the best actor in the world. No, not at all. I think my favorite performance of his is probably The Butterfly Effect. But I think it's a fine comedy. I think Natalie Portman is that MVP of that movie. Even that moment when he walks out of the Christmas party all drunk, he gets into the taxi cab and he's like, go to Adam's house. Get me to Adam's house. And the cab's like, where are we going? Adam. Go to Adam. Adam. He played the good drunk, that's for sure. But anyway, I think it's a funny comedy. I actually think the Jake Johnson and Greta Gerwig story is really good. I wish they spent some more time with that. But overall, I think it's a good film. Now moving on to the other one, Friends with Benefits. Great title. We've all wanted to be in that. No, we don't want a relationship. We just want to... Yeah. I think this movie is actually funnier. And I think where this one works better than No Strings Attached is the director. You got Will Gluck, who did Easy A. He also has another romantic comedy coming out later this year with Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney, an R-rated raunchy romantic comedy. So I think he does a better job at comedies. I think the movie is funnier. And I think the movie is funnier because of Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis. I think both of them have great chemistry. Great chemistry on screen, or when they're on their own, when they have their own individual scenes. I think they really do a great job. And like the Justin Timberlake was just coming off of The Social Network, where he wasn't really good in that movie. But once again, we are so, at that time, at least for me, I was used to Justin Timberlake, Mr. NSYNC, throughout the 90s. It's gotta be me, All that I knew is not enough for you. Don't wanna lose it, but I'm not liking that. So obviously the NSYNC guy. Um, but I thought he did a great job. He was energetic, lively. He also brought some emotion at times. Like I said, his chemistry with Mila Kunis, perfect. And then you got Mila Kunis, who I've never been a huge fan of Mila Kunis, but like I said, I liked her in the 70s show. I mean, I liked her in some movies, but I think this is her best role. She is really fun. She's lively. She's energetic. She has great comedic moments. And I think she had great moments with Justin Timberlake, Patricia Clarkson, who plays her mom. Also, I really like the Richard Jenkins, who plays the father of Justin Timberlake. His little story about him having, what is it, Alzheimer's, and how that's a struggle. Um, you got Woody Harrelson in here as a supporting character, as the homosexual co-worker that Justin Timberlake works with. He's hilarious when he's on screen. So, and I think, what is it? Friends with Benefits is a shorter film, like 10 minutes shorter. And I think it's a better film. It's funnier, better chemistry between the actors. Both actors have their A game. It's a, you know, funnier movie. It's not as, I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, you can say it's raunchy. They're having sex all the time and everything. But I think No Strings Attached brought a little bit more of that raunchiness than Friends with Benefits. But I think they are both enjoyable movies. Let me know, what is your favorite? Is it No Strings Attached with Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman? Or is it Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis?